places, the pipeline. And these days I can say I was, my first sponsor was my board shorts, which was my mum had a lot of hours making those things. So it was my first sponsor, homemade board shorts. We're down here every second day, I think, like most guys that love the place.
Crowd's pretty mellow back then?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're lucky to have half a dozen guys out most of the time.
Classy.
No good days.
No leggings.
Yeah, before leg ropes.
Locals at Sandon were really pleased to meet in 1976.
Yeah, well, good mate. As long as you knew Gus, you were right.
We got rocked.
That
We got
was the gold pass.
stoned, literally thrown rocks at.
Yeah, you didn't know Gus, that's why.
Didn't know anyone. Go home.
Yeah, well, that was a good days. Most of the guys got told to go and we got asked to stay a while, so that was good. Yeah, I was talking to Ray Ellen's sister the other night, and we used to wonder why the Aboriginal girls would sit up on above the cliffs, above the guys all getting changed and getting ready to go out and surf. And she said, yeah, we used to sit up there and perving all the boys. I said, is that what you're doing up there? And Ray came in one time and said, we'll go back to the village and make us lunch and bring it back over. She said, no, I'm not going to. So he said, well, if you don't, I'm going to tell Mum and Dad you're up on the hill perving with all the boys. So she went on a roast back home. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
What do you got there? A real one? MP one?
No, it was my version of what Mick was. I thought Mick was surfing at the time. It was a great little board, one of the first really nice single fins. I enjoyed surfing the pipeline.
Yeah.
It was a little worried trying to make the silver bank lands.
I don't know. There was drawing one even there when we left.
Kira got washed away and
Yeah.
so forth. You were used to while this was happening.
I wasn't born yet.
You weren't. Fair enough. So
They named the rock after you, Blaggy.
this is a rock field to put up with, you know? No cheese like that. So you see the crowds everywhere. Oh, yeah. Good days.
Who's taking the footage?
Mick McCormack.
Oh, right.
He was trying to lug around a big water housing at the time.
Yep.
He was quite classic. They were huge, those water housings. You'd sit out in the water and film for about 20 minutes and then they'd have to go in and unbolt the thing and reload it and then come back out and shoot for another 10 or 15 minutes and then go and do it again. And, yeah,
Well,
it
they're
was-
like a greenhouse thing.
yeah, just a big water housing all bolted together and
Metal. It wasn't fiberglass, anyway.
fiberglass, I think.
I think they're all Perspex, the ones that he started with, because in the early days they used diving.
Yeah.
They were the only water houses you could get, and Mick actually invented the one with the handle on the bottom, because the original ones had a handle on the sides, and it was really hard to operate the camera and change focus and do what you had to do while you were holding two handles on a 10 kilo water housing. So
Yeah, right.
he worked with a Perspex guy and came up with this thing, and that became the industry standard. So it really, there was a lot of, besides board development, there was a lot of learning with photography at Pipe in this period.
Yeah, fair
It was
enough.
pretty amazing time.
Yeah.
So the board Terry's riding here is not exactly that one, that's a copy of it, but it was,
Yellow.
the yellow Bonza.
We seen him.
designer. I used to love that designer. I got my mate who now godfather to my twin boys to glass it. Took him forever. He hated me for a long time after that. But wrapped it in bubble wrap. Hitchhiked to Queensland with it, the surf ran its head. 6-7 foot swell. Held out the first morning. thinking I was going to have a great day surfing on a brand new board. Got axed first wave, board come in, tore the fin out, ripped the nose to pieces, smashed up all the rails, spent the rest of the day repairing it. And yeah, it was a bit of a relic second day round. I was shattered. Yeah, used to love it.
So we saw some pics of your parents there. Is that where the competitive spirit came from?
Yeah, my mum, she used to sit me at home when I was all grom with a record player on with all this Hawaiian music, and she proceeded to show me how the hula was done and practice all the hula moves, because every Christmas, no, I just watched. Every Christmas she'd do that at the bowls club when my dad was president, and yeah, she just loved dancing and doing that sort of thing, so it was great moments in my life anyway. And Mum went on from there to play line bowls and become, I don't know, I think it was about 15 times Australian champion and 4 times world champion.
Wow.
So she was very competitive, and she was always someone to go to give you advice, give you pep talks, fuel you with aggression and how to compete and how to, you know, keep your mind set for a competition. She was a great tutor.
Wow.
So yeah, now I'm looking after her and having a good old time with her.
That answers a lot of things.
Yes, sure does.
Yeah, apparently.
Being the Grommy, just put my favourite records on and look at all the surf mags. You could log out of the news agency and cut out all the pictures of MP and put them on one side of the walls. Other side was Jerry Lopez because his tube riding ability. And Wayne Lynch used to cover the door to my bedroom, so it was just like a giant magazine in my room. And yeah, I just sort of try and emulate from time to time each guy when you're out in the water. There's barrels, try and take off what you saw of Jerry, and there's walls, try and do MP speed lines and what I've seen him doing in movies and in the mags. And yeah, I guess everyone starts out with the heroes and tries to emulate them, so I was no different than the rest.
You were though.
Whatever.
So Pipeline became, you were working for skips, you were a shaper, you were getting magazine covers, you're in movies all over the place, and you were 18 or 19. And who is this guy from the South Coast? Did you feel like you were kind of representing the South Coast and breaking a bit of new ground?
Well, I did at first. I owe a lot to Pipeline because I just enjoyed surfing the place, and when guys, movie makers or photographers would pick you up and take you down, you used to think, what are these guys on about? I'm just getting a free lift down now instead of hitchhiking. So I couldn't really work it out for a while, but my fascination with the place and coverage in the magazines, that was all coming together and feeling pretty good, pretty warm and cozy, and I didn't care what people thought. I just thought it's a good thing, good place I'm in. Just keep enjoying your surfing and just go with it. So yeah, a lot of coverage from Pipe.
Came back from Hawaii with 2 hyper stinks. Having won the Aquarius contest and got a free ticket to Hawaii, so you had some spare cash and you put it to good use investing in what was then the hottest board you could possibly get your hands on. Tell us about the stingers. There's one here tonight that's a copy of one of those 2 boards.
Yeah, that one is a sort of 7.3 rounded pin Ibistina. That was exceptional to surf out Padang Padang. I recall surfing the day before that footage was shot, and it was a lot bigger, and there was only me and one mate out, so it was 2 of us, 8 foot perfect Padang. And unfortunately my leg rope broke and my favourite rounded pin went into the cliffs and got smashed to pieces. So I spent all night trying to repair the nose. That's why there's a big white tip on the front because I didn't do a very good job. But had to make it look surfable for the next day. And this was the next day.
Wow.
And there's probably 3 of us out that day, but it was pretty good. Wheelchair ever since high school.
Oh
Had a
no.
Christmas trip on a boat, and
Sad.
silly Phil jumped off the first level into the pool, and he's been in a wheelchair ever since. That's the bloke next to me, second left. Lovely bloke. He used to surf unreal, and been in a wheelchair ever since high school, so shame. He's still going. I see him once or twice a year. His sister was country. Just funny where life takes certain people, you know. Yeah, they were great days, great bunch of guys. Dave Byrne's gone on to, is probably my version of the best surfer out of the Byrne family. He got 3rd in the Nationals at Bells Beach one year, and yeah, he was a great surfer. Wally Pappy, one of the schoolboys, I think, now at the time. So I saved up all my pocket money, bought a few blank size skivvies. I went home and begged Mum to let me go into the sunroom and brought her up all the doors and proceeded to shape the first 2 boards with a file. So I had a saw, of course. Yeah, pretty tough days. I think it took me about a week and a half to shape them. And I was really stoked when I got in blast, and a few mates wanted to buy them. I covered the costs. It's like winning the lottery for me. I was wrapped. So that sort of kicked me off into doing boards and feeling confident about my shapes. It's been a long road from then until now, I'll tell you. We used to have it on Bali when I finally got the win in '82, and then in Brazil at Akwa when we got up there.
Mate, heaps of enemies that little board, right?
Made lots of enemies. Got a lot of trophies, but I was really wrapped in it. That's all I was concerned about. I used to have a rivalry with my mum, how many trophies we could win. So that's where all that rubbish comes from. But it was good. It was a little psych thing.
That's pretty for me if you know.
After surfboards of the world come from a small 5-row backyard garage in Wollongong. So you're certainly making waves at that time.